They're flocking here?
That's what I feel like. Yeah.
Well, to answer your question first, I think what changed was just the position where Detroit was globally and nationally, that it became a hot spot for a failed city in the U.S. And when did all that happen? The economy failed. In those years, Detroit surfaced to the top of all that and became a poster child for a failed city, bankrupt. What's wrong with it? And going into it, you know that eventually in a news cycle, the narrative, that such a story has to end up with a positive spin on it. You can't always be, in the beginning it was all negative. Detroit's a hole in the wall. You can go there and buy a house for $30. And there were people coming here from Berlin and London making documentaries, just a minute or less. Documentaries showing the dark side of Detroit, saying stuff that wasn't necessarily true. That I remember one from Berlin, the end of it said, "And wild dogs police the empty streets," you know, like. And then somebody that was an artist in a big convertible driving down the expressway in Detroit, but it must have been an odd time. There were no cars on the road. It's like, I'm always getting stuck going to Detroit. So they made it look like an empty city that nobody wanted to live in. So all that negative stuff eventually had to become positive. And so I think that's when it started to turn, and it drew all this attention. When artists came to photograph what was happening from France and Germany, and the books were made about the ruins of Detroit. I think that became a positive thing in a way in the end. And then as the story shifted, and the first thing you find in a city that you look for that's in such bad shape are the artists that are there and taking hope in empty spaces and inexpensive spaces that they can use as studios. So I think that helped turn it around, was the artists and the economy and Detroit's position in the hierarchy of what's going on in the world at the bottom. This is kind of the same focus when I went, you know, I was going to start out either small or big to get attention, and Detroit's at the bottom or the top, and those are the things that get the attention. Detroit's at the bottom of the bottom. So it got a lot of attention, a lot of press, even that, and it just had to become positive for the news cycle, the narrative, that there are good things happening in there. And then you had people come in like Dan Gilbert, infuse the city with his projects and just the idea that he would invest so much into something that people had given up on. It gave hope and drew in more investments and stuff like that. So it's not a short answer, but the artists were key to it. They always were. Before they got rid of all the art critics, they were constantly writing about the art in Detroit and the artists. And that was in the major newspapers, so people could read that alongside all the bad things that were happening in Detroit. So it's a combination of things, but the artists have been important. They've always been important in any struggle with the economy or status quo. So you'll see a city like Chicago or New York, which is gone, where artists will move into an area because it's inexpensive for studio space and living space, and it changes the whole area because soon coffee houses and galleries are moving in there, and then the middle class start plopping in because it's just good. I mean, it happened in New York, and there's really no place for an artist to live in New York anymore. They're all living in Brooklyn or Philadelphia and taking the train in. So artists have keyed in the revival of any city.